And this has been something that's just escalated in the last 5 or 6 days. A lot of folks annoyed, and then on this day of the funeral, tensions have just risen to a point where now riot gear has, these police officers are having to come out and fight off these protesters, and it seems like whatever is happening here on the left-hand side, cars going in any direction they want to, protesters out in the street throwing rocks. We've heard from the CNN reporter, rocks were thrown. We saw some smoke as well. So a lot of tensions in the Baltimore area. This is surrounding a 25-year-old who died in police custody, and it's sort of a mystery as to how he exactly died. We saw images earlier this week of police putting him into a van. We will continue to follow this. These live visions are images from Baltimore. Well, you can see the mob originally, when we cut in, we saw a lot of the police officers in riot gear. Now clearly they're being dispersed here for some reason.
Well, they're all
here they go. Here comes some SWAT team is moving in, so these protesters are going to move. What you're seeing here is that police...
They've tackled one right there.
The police unit right here, there were probably, 4 dozen people surrounding that police car and robbing it and stripping it and beating it. Now SWAT has moved in. These protests have been building.
We were commenting on trade, so any other thoughts on free trade?
I brought an article on the Trans-Pacific Partnership.
Yes.
You're talking about that one?
Yes.
Okay. I understand they're just trying to ramrod that through Congress, and they're not giving the American people enough opportunity to really find out what's going on there.
I'm sorry.
And I think it's almost like a takeover of big business, big international, multinational corporations, because according to this article that I just read, they're going to be in charge of the adjudication process. If some of the corporations do business in the United States or other places, they don't get the profit that they thought they were supposed to get, they can sue the sovereign nations for the loss of profit, and it's adjudicated by corporate attorneys appointed by the TPP.
It's not corporate attorneys. It's not corporate attorneys.
It's TPP.
It's arbiters. It's neutral arbiters, just like judges that work through the WTO. I have some huge concerns about the proposal. I'm happy to talk about those, but that piece isn't really. I've heard that. I've read that article too. That isn't true. The process is in place now. The International Dispute Resolution by ISDS right now is in place.
Yeah, I read about that.
And so that's part of NAFTA, CAFTA, and the existing free trade agreements that we have that aren't perfect, but people are allowed to challenge them within the rules and regulations, and it's through the WTO, the World Trade Organization. And there's a three-judge, three-arbiter panel who hears these cases. They aren't appointed by
the corporations themselves.
They're appointed by the countries themselves. So the folks with a specialty in international law and dispute resolution. And so I would take issue with some of the rulings, but some go one way, some go another way. It just depends on any type of three-judge panel, just like any appellate process. There's two steps, and we were just talking about this. There's Trade Promotion Authority, TPA. And then there is TPP, the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The Trans-Pacific Partnership is similar to the North American Free Trade Agreement and the Central American Free Trade Agreement. That is the trade agreement itself. That is all of the 32 chapters and the nuts and bolts of what is trade, and what does it mean, and what are the rules of the road. And then Trade Promotion Authority precedes that. So that's what we're going to be dealing with potentially on the House side in a couple of weeks. And that basically is a vote that gives the administration guidance, and it says, dear administration, these are the parameters of what you should negotiate when you do the Trans-Pacific Partnership. The problem is both are really going at the same time. It doesn't work how it should. And I like free trade, but it has to be fair trade.
Yeah, fair trade.
It doesn't seem that this proposal and the prior proposals we had, really do get there. So I'll continue to look through it. My staff and I have done a reasonable job getting through it and reading it and asking good questions. if the government were to be helping that, I would be supportive of the trade promotion authority.
You would or you would
not?
No. Yeah, there's some things wrong with it. And one of them is, I understand, I'm reading about, is that through this trade agreement, multinational corporations can circumvent some of our laws and restrictions and regulations that we've set up. And also that Congress, part of that is that Congress is not going to have the right to amend this agreement. That's wrong, because what if we find out when this thing is in place that it hurts the American people, it's dislocation for our workers or whatever, and we want to change it? Oops, we can't, because Congress's hands are tied and we can't do that. Well, that's taken away our sovereign rights here.
Yeah, there's three areas, three categories where I think the agreement doesn't do enough of. One is on the labor side, on the environmental side,
Yes.
and then the other is the role of Congress, which is what you're talking about, and making sure that we have an effective role to treat it like a freeway. If the agreement is not going the way it needs to be going, if we keep losing jobs here in the Inland Empire or in this country, we need to be able to find the off-ramp. For these trade agreements, or to make changes that improve them. And right now it is like an expressway without an exit. And so, that's the difficulty that a lot of my colleagues and I have is, those types of concerns. But from my perspective, the environment, labor, and the role of Congress are really the three big pieces. That if the administration can't fix that, then we've got problems.
You're right.
Is there a
It's
scoreboard
huge.
involved on jobs leaving, jobs coming?
It's tough. It's easier to capture the jobs leaving because the trade assistance. So there's a federal program called Trade Assistance. So and that enables employees to get some benefits when their company leaves and outsources their jobs. And so we can actually, there's actually a website where you can track this, a trade assistance program, and you can see in the Empire jobs, employers, and the number of jobs who have been displaced because of trade. Now, trade in its most perfect form, if our manufacturers and producers are allowed to export, and it opens up our ability for goods and products from the U.S. to find millions of other consumers, that's fine and reasonable. But it can't come at the expense of the American workers. And oftentimes what we see in the Inland Empire is our jobs leaving, and you see call centers leaving to far off countries, and you see other jobs leaving, and it's unfortunate. So what we know, it's tough. The data is very tough. The administration will tell you that in the countries we have with trade agreements, we actually export more than we import. We actually export more than we import. And so that is a positive thing. So they would tell you that our trade differential, our trade imbalance, is only on those countries we don't have an agreement with. So our trade imbalance is only on those countries we don't have an agreement with. So their feeling is that's why we need an agreement. And that's something the Bush administration, Obama administration, Clinton administration, generally are all in agreement.
It's just a little, it's called,
I think that's a little too simplistic.
something play. I just like it because it's
Probably
small.
doesn't tell the whole story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The president said, we're going to do this high-end jobs that requires skill sets.
Hey Larry, how you doing?
I mean, there is a real gap in here between what we expect us to do, particularly with kids, and what's available. We're starving for how many years now? And that's what you're probably working on, or trying to play catch up to get the STEM stuff going.
Right, exactly. And we know one of the keys to helping the Inland Empire is creating jobs for the 21st century.
Yeah.
Those jobs that are going to be based on STEM learning, those jobs that are going to have technology components to them. We know that those are the types of forward-thinking businesses we need to support. And the key is how do we ensure that our teachers have the ability to teach that, and make sure that our young people have resources to learn those concepts. Our teachers have the ability to teach that, and make sure that our young people have resources to learn those concepts, and that we're creating those jobs. So we deal with is kind of a long-term, short-term. Short-term, we need to do what we can to create jobs. We need to support small businesses. We need to remove barriers if there are barriers, regulatory or otherwise, that inhibit job creation. And then we need to invest in education.
But we have to pass the bill so that you can find out what is in it.